What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be bringing you the finals of the Balt Cup. On the Radiant, we have Team Chibi USA versus Virgin Mobile on the Dire, and they're blasting through the picks. Virgin Mobile going to open up with how we saw them open up in the previous game with the Wisp as well as the Darkseer, so already solidifying that global presence as well as the pretty secure hard lane hero. Team Chibi going to open up first with their Visage as they did in the previous game. And then Nature's Prophet is going to be their secondary pick. So they're going to have some global control of their own. Team Chibi might be looking to get some pushing going this game with that Nature's Prophet, although most likely it's just going to be for jumping around into ganks. So probably going to be a Nature's Prophet in the off lane going into the jungle kind of thing that you usually do see from Nature's Prophet. So we'll see how well he can manage that, and we'll see how well he could accelerate his farm as compared to the Darkseer, who both of them you would expect would be in a similar situation and would have similar amounts of farm if they get truly shut down in the lane. And Nature's Prophet generally does come out on top, although Darkseer does usually have a little bit more staying power. So we'll see what it really comes down to. Second round of bans coming out pretty quickly. Razor is going to be the first ban out by Virgin Mobile, followed by the Weaver as well as CK from Team Chibi. Weaver is definitely not it's just a hero ban, not like a combination ban as the CK Wisp is. But CK Wisp is definitely the most dangerous Wisp combination. I don't think there would be many people who disagree there. At least it's the most viable. Wisp with Ursa might be a little bit stronger, but you know, who knows? Because Ursa is rarely picked, and when he is, it's usually for some Roshan shenanigans, which is amazing. But I don't think it's going to happen this game. But I hope it does, just in case. I'm just covering all my bases, so I can't possibly be wrong. Razor as well as Queen of Pain, Virgin Mobile, directing some bans towards the mid lane. But we saw last game that Misha played a very capable Clockwork against the enemy Puck. So we'll see if they want to do something similar. They themselves can pick up Puck this game for the mid lane. Lifestealer is going to be the third pick for Virgin Mobile, so it's just going to be a Wisp, just as a Wisp, not in any sort of insane combo like Wisp CK, Wisp Tiny, or anything like that. Just two strong heroes on their own, which don't get substantially stronger together, but still are pretty strong. And it's actually going to be a Sven being picked up from the Radiant team. I certainly hope it's not a support Sven, just because I have a heavy bias against support Sven. I think it's horrible. It just doesn't work. If every single time I see a support Sven, I'm like, why did you do that? Why didn't you just pick a Vengeful Spirit? Because Vengeful Spirit's pretty good, and Sven is melee. But who am I to question? Maybe Team Chibi is just gonna go for the Leap Cleave crits into glorious death everywhere. But that is going to be the third pick, possibly their carry. I want to say probably their carry. Sven can man fight a Lifestealer and come out on top just because of God's strength. And yes, with the lean on top of that, it is definitely going to be a carry Sven. So carry Sven with the Storm Bolt set up into an LSA, into a Soul Assumption. That's a lot of kill potential. And Virgin Mobile, even though they will have a Lifestealer magic immunity, which will help them quite a bit if he gets it off, it won't be the Lifestealer that's in a lot of trouble. It will be the Wisp. It will be whichever secondary support Virgin Mobile decides to get. Team Chibi are definitely going to be looking for an aggressive matchup, I think. And Virgin Mobile on the other end, they're going to go for a Storm Spirit as their fourth, banning out the Puck, so they wanted to get rid of as many mid lanes as possible. Storm Spirit would also provide Lifestealer a pretty good way to get in with that Lifestealer bomb. Could be pretty surprising for the Radiant team. Add that on top of the Wisp, and you have a whole bunch of global potential. You get Wisp relocating in with Storm Spirit with the Lifestealer inside of him. That is some Inception level Dota right there. Globals on Infest. So that, yeah, maybe not Inception level, but it's they can go deeper. Let's just say that they can definitely go deeper. Rubik, the final ban out from Team Chibi, so Virgin Mobile deciding on their last support hero. Visage already picked up. I mean, Visage is pretty much the dominant support hero. I guess Visage, Naga, and Abaddon. But they're going to go for Jakiro. So, Jakiro, Lifestealer, Wisp. That is a good amount of lockdown for that lane. Definitely pales in comparison to the Sven Lina, though. It's a lot more damage, I'd say. And a Medusa! Wow! A Medusa! I am excited for this. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. So, Medusa. I thought that Sven was going to be in on the safe lane, and I think I'm still correct. Because Misha is playing the Medusa against Storm Spirit. This should be pretty interesting. Medusa is a hero that needs a lot of space to get going, and generally you see here on the safe lane. So to put the Medusa in the mid lane, that takes balls, especially against Storm Spirit, who's no slouch in the mid lane. He will have a lot of damage, Storm Spirit, over the Medusa. He will have to worry about the Magic Snake, which is going to be very annoying. But Medusa in the safe lane, wow. We'll see how that works out. But first, let's go over who's going to be playing what. Misha is going to be playing that Dusa. He's going to stat up, probably going to go for a fast bottle. Probably head towards the mid lane as well. This guy, who I muted in the last game just because he wouldn't stop talking, is going to be playing Lina. Kunoichi is going to be playing the Nature's Prophet, probably heading up towards the top lane and then maybe off towards the jungle if he deems it necessary. TCH1 is going to be playing the Sven with a pretty cool bluish sword, and Tabo is going to be playing the Visage. On the bottom lane, we have Virgin's lineup 18k. On that Darkseer, mid lane is going to be played by Marshall, where he will go toe-to-toe versus that Medusa. Gregor, the kill-stealing Jakiro, and that is not a bad thing, that is a good thing. That is like a badge of honor to be worn. He is the kill-stealing Jakiro from game number 1. We also have Count Jigglesworth on the Wisp, and they're both going to be supporting Ultimatum on the Lifestealer. So it looks like the tri-lane is not going to look to be aggressive. Both teams simply content with going defensive tri-lane versus defensive tri-lane, and then trying to do that. Well, that happened. Can I draw on the map? Oh my god, I could draw on the map, guys. I can't tell you how happy I am that I could draw on the map, just because you can't do that. Oh, it's too late, bro. It's too late. I'm sorry. You can't do that when you're casting from replays. You try, and it never works. But now I could do all sorts of art. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so the lane that I'm most interested in is taking a look at this mid lane, because first of all, we never see Dusa. Second of all, whenever we do see Dusa, or whenever we've seen her in the past, it has never been in the mid lane. So we'll see how Marshall decides to deal with it. He will take a couple of snake hits eventually, and that will be a little bit annoying, but I think he'll be able to put a little bit more pressure onto the Medusa than the Medusa will be able to put onto him. But again, it will come down to the last hitting and how aggressive these heroes do want to be. The Medusa, keep in mind the Medusa does have some pretty good range, 600 attack range. It pretty much does not get better than that, unless you're Techies or Sniper. I think those are the only two that do get more attack range. 600 is as good as it gets. Storm Spirit has relatively low range for a ranged hero. So, yeah, she will have that advantage of the Medusa, and will go for a point of mana shield. I'm sure Mystic Snake will be maxed out first, however. And she's actually pushing the lane pretty aggressively. She's doing a lot of attacks on Marshall, just using her range as best as she can. Actually doing a pretty good job as well. Marshall kind of getting a little bit outlaned. Will almost have his bottle, which will help a little bit, but Medusa with so many stat points in her opening build, really giving her the damage edge, or at least the ability to keep up in the damage war. The bot lane though, 18k is going to get slowed down. Where's the Sven stun? LSA is going to land. Sven is nowhere to be found. And 18k looks like it's just going to be just poking harassment. Not any attempt for a kill, although, wow, cancelled off a salve. That is actually huge. That means 18k is going to have to go all the way back to the base. If he had that salve, he'd be able to stick around. But I think 18k is instead going to say, I've had enough of this lane, I'm going to the jungle. TCH1 didn't even move from his farming spot. He's keeping the creeps right here, just as he should. And he's going to be farming up a Storm. As I say that, he misses the last hit, but you know what? I suck at last hitting, so I can't really criticize the enemy any team to... God damn it. I cannot criticize any team for missing last hits. There. That is what I want to say. That is what I want to say. Top lane, Kunoichi definitely getting a lot more than this Darkseer, who still hasn't gotten a single point of experience. Kunoichi, the Nature's Prophet as a hero, just has an easier time in the lane and in the jungle than the Darkseer does. Darkseer just needs a little bit of space, though. He can put some pressure on Sven, but with level 1 Ion Shell, that simply is not going to happen. Now Kunoichi, he's going to abandon ship, going to start chugging his mana pots, and oh, Marshall, got to watch out, man, because there is a lot of people here. LSA is going to hit, and Tabo, with the Soul Assumption, is going to pick up First Blood on the Storm Spirit. Very, very easy rotation. Unfortunately, for the Storm Spirit, all the vision is placed on the upper half of the map, and the lower half, he did not have anything. So that's going to solidify Medusa's dominance in this lane, leading by quite a few CS, as well as a couple denies. Medusa's not doing too bad. However, Storm Spirit is definitely a lot more explosive. Even though Medusa may be winning this lane for now, it really isn't going to amount for much just because of how Medusa plays as a hero. Just because if you get like an advantage, you use that advantage to wait for more advantage in the late game. Because Medusa, even if she has a whole lot of stuff, she's not gonna get much done in the mid game unless she gets more stuff. Then she gets stuff in the late game, then she kills everything. So Storm Spirit definitely has a window of opportunity to recover from this. He's gonna have to do that through his team, basically. Just go around, get ganks off, and Medusa can't really contribute that same thing. However, what the Dire team, what Virgin do have to deal with is this bottom lane push, which is not going to be stopped. They can even keep going. There's no points. There's no mana for another set of Treants. They might just fall back, although after putting on a lot of pressure first. This tower, yeah, is actually not going to be pushed. No, it is going to be pushed. Okay, Nature Prophet's going to come right back. They do still have a couple creeps here. Might as well use them up, put as much damage on the tower as they can. Ultimatum and this Virgin squad on this top lane trying to do something similar, but with no Nature's Prophet on their end. It's going to take a lot longer for them to mount actually kill a tower. And in the end, it might be a one-tower trade for two towers. That's definitely going to favor the Radiant in quite a large way. Count Jigglesworth going to move in there with Spirits. Has got to watch out for the Stormhammer. Diving a tier 2 is certainly as dangerous, but not when you have such a huge burst combination in the Sven, Lina, and the Visage. So they are going to ward them away for now, and the top tower actually being denied by Kunoichi. Beautiful play from the Nature's Prophet. Gregor is up here all alone. The kill-stealing Jakiro can only kill-steal with spells, and unfortunately the tower is going to be taken away from the Dire team there. So Radiant team securing a very early lead, 2,000 gold, about 600 experience. Not too much in the experience chart, but still, TCH definitely doing pretty well so far. Medusa has his level 6, Marshall not quite there yet. Once he does get there, he'll be able to make some plays happen around the map, whereas Medusa will kind of still be forced into a farming role. Marshall is pretty much guaranteed level 6 in a minute, unless something drastic happens, which I severely doubt. Ultimatum actually left the top lane. They're going to leave Gregor up there just to get a little bit of farm. Lysealer picking up his power treads. It's pretty on par with this Sven as far as gold, although Sven with 2 towers to his name, or 2 towers to his team's name rather, is of course going to have a little bit more income. But a lot of it will come down to when the Lysealer bombs happen with the Storm Spirit. That is going to set the mid game. That's going to set the pace of the mid game. And if Virgin Mobile is successful in doing so, then they should just snowball from there into a good late game. If it's unsuccessful, then they have to worry about a Sven cleave, which is going to hit everyone. They're going to have to worry about split shot eventually, which is also going to hit everyone. And they're just going to lose a lot of heroes in the late game really quickly. Virgin as a lineup, they're very reliant on the snowballing phase. If they sit and farm, they're not going to win. It's as simple as that. Level 6 though, not on the Lysealer. Lysealer trying to go around and look for some place to farm. Actually doesn't have a single point in Rage. That's interesting. You would think against a Visage, Sven, and Alina, Rage would be like the thing that he's getting the most of. I guess it's understandable that you want more open wounds, because open wounds is pretty useful to level up nowadays. But 2 points beast over Rage, that's an interesting decision. Bottom lane still being pushed by TCH, by 1. Doesn't have his cleave just yet, but he's still getting some pretty easy farm. Mid lane might be in a little bit of trouble. Ultimatum with the surge is going to go straight for the Medusa. Medusa's though going to pop her ultimate. You cannot really stop this in any way. This is going to be a free get out of jail free card for that Medusa, and she's just going to walk away. 4 heroes on this mid lane, huge investment for Virgin, all going to go towards absolutely nothing. Ultimatum and 18k might even be caught if there's... No, it's actually Gregor going to be caught on this top lane. Stormhammer has already flown, as well as this Grave Chill. That's going to be an easy kill on that Jakiro Ultimatum. Thinking about going in. He doesn't have any rage, though, so he can't really go in until he hits 1 more level. And even then, he probably wants to get his Infest. And TCH, does he know about this? He's trying to bait out the Stormhammer, but unknowns to him, he doesn't have any rage, so that's never going to work. Some next level mind games from Ultimatum. I'll make him waste his time thinking I'll cast Rage, when in reality I don't even have it. But it only works for a little bit because in the end it's a bluff. He just now hits the level 6 mark though and then pops his Rage. That came any later, that could have been pretty ugly. 4 heroes on spot lane. Ball Lightning, they're going to go straight for TCH1, I believe. Yes, they are. Ultimatum's going to close the distance. 2 men on the Ice Path, and Sven is probably going to go down. The Ice Path, the Dual Breath, I don't think hit, but it shouldn't matter. Yeah, he's going to go down anyway to the Jakiro. Gregor, with the damage over time, going to secure the kill. That is what I'm talking about. No Infest Bomb there necessarily, but it's still the same idea. Although 18k only level 3, whereas Kunoichi, wow, level 6 with the Hand of Midas already. The Darkseer is definitely going to need a little bit of space to get a couple of levels up. It's going to be difficult for him to find that space as well, just because of the roving bands of stunners and nukers, and of course, Nature's Prophet is eternally roaming. Marshall a little bit low on mana, and if he gets too close to this, he will get so messed up it's not even funny. But it looks like it's going to be a straight push. Misha using the rest of the double damage rune to push that wave down. And this tower is not long for life. Pushing isn't huge for TCH because the Nature's Prophet isn't around, but you don't need Nature's Prophet to take down a weak undefended tower like that. Another tower going the way of the Radiant. Meantime, Ultimatum trying to get a couple levels up for himself. Does have now his Infest as well as his Rage, but wow, look at that Mystic Snake damage. It's like almost half of the Darkseer's HP. Granted, it is a level 4 Darkseer versus level 4 Mystic Snake, so it's kind of understandable. And Mech is actually going to go up on the Medusa. That is an interesting way to play her. What this basically means is that they're not saying we're just going to go straight for the late game. They want to apply the pressure, and they want to apply the pressure early. That being said, you have to ask the question, why would you pick Medusa if you want to accomplish that? Because if you want to do that, just go for like Razor or something, who's a little bit more of a sure thing. And they did it last game, and it worked pretty well. But going for the mech on Medusa in the mid lane, I mean, Medusa's not going to be doing much damage once she gets to a higher level, but they're willing to bet that the mech is going to get them a lot more advantage right now than a damage item is going to at this stage in the game, which may or may not work. We'll see. Definitely not going to help out right now because not on the Medusa, which is a problem. And the Virgin definitely want to fight this. They have all 5 up in this top lane. Lifestealer is inside of the Storm Spirit. But if Storm Spirit zips in, he's going to be met with a lot of stun and a Mask of Madness on Sven. That is some dangerous stuff right there. So Storm Spirit's going to have to zip in and then instantly Ball Lightning to try to bait out a stun and then dodge it perhaps. It's going to be difficult. He's going to go straight in. Who does he want? He wants Tabo. He's going to get stunned. 2 man on the LSA, 2 man on the Stormhammer, 3 man on the Stormhammer, and here comes the God Strength. Only 1 point in cleave, but instantly 2 are down. Wisp goes down as well. Gregor's on the run. He's going to drop an 18k, is the last one. Everyone gets wiped on the Virgin Mobile side in just such an easy fight with the AoE. Initiating into a Lina-Sven combination. That is some dangerous business, and you can see the damage that's stuck onto Tabo. Pretty much nothing, although the mech did in fact pop. It's going to be hard business for Virgin Mobile to recover after that one, because this Sven is absolutely devastating. That was only 1 point in cleave, 20%. If this cleave was maxed out, yeah, everyone would have been dead in like literally 3 hits. That would have been blood everywhere. Mech coming in for the Medusa just in time as well, which I guess is the idea. I mean, you get the mechanism early. Doesn't really matter who you get it on. And then you ride that advantage that the mech gives you into a couple of good team fights, which means that you can get your phase boots or your Manta style or whatever it is these kids go for on Medusa nowadays. A well-fought battle for TCH. You can see that they're trying to apply more and more pressure. Just having the familiars auto attack, they want to take more of these towers. I mean, after that attempted team fight from Virgin, that just showed TCH that they are so much stronger at this period in the game. A level 5 Darkseer isn't really going to be doing that much. Storm Spirit and the Lifestealer are really the only ones who could actually add anything to this fight. Wisp, not even level 6 yet. Jakiro has some AoE, but it's definitely not enough to keep them afloat versus the Sven, versus the Visage Nuke, versus the Lina, who now does have the level 6 and a Laguna Blade available to her. And Lina might even wrap around. No, they're just going to go straight in for a push. Sven's going to head for his BKB, and the gold experience advantage is starting to stack up, and it's starting to stack up very, very high. over 10k advantage 13 minutes into the game is huge, almost insurmountable. I wouldn't say Virgin Mobile are out of it just yet, but it is going to be very difficult for them to take a good fight. This could be their chance, though. Having such a clustered, close quarters fight is definitely a period of time that opens up a team for some vulnerability. But that's only if they actually decide to start a fight. And with the map control, or I guess lack thereof, that Virgin Mobile have, they're not going to be able to do too much. Ice Path going to fly through at the last second to scout everything out, but it's too late. So then, already with 2 lives and a lot more gold in his pocket, you can see everyone on Virgin they're hurting for gold. They're so hurting for gold. Lina is even almost on the top side of this gold per minute chart, above the enemy lifestealer. She just needs 1 Laguna Blade kill, and there you go, easy peasy. She's up on top. So Virgin, they're definitely hurting for gold. They have an experience deficit as well, so they have to take good fights. But TCH, really, they just know that their timing is now. This is the perfect timing for them, just because they have the mech, they have the experience advantage, they have the gold advantage, and apparently they have the poking advantage as well. Holy crap, that did a lot of damage. Mystic Snake, OP. Somebody stop this snake. I don't think that Virgin could fight this. If they do, they're just going to die. They have to sack this. They have to wait. Yeah, level 6 in the Darkseer, get the walled replica. I do like that choice. Usually it is skipped, but in this particular case, when you're being pressured this high and your opponents are that strong, you get the wall of replica. Even though the wall is a little bit lackluster at level 1 compared to level 2, it's totally worth it if you just make a clone of anyone for any amount of time. Even if you don't have vacuum, just drop... was blood everywhere. Just drop the wall and then hope for the best, because it, as opposed to the other skills which scale based off of the Darkseer, Wall of Replica scales off of the enemy team, and the enemy team is a little bit ahead. This much ahead. Yes, this gold chart is sorted correctly. It is not looking good for the Dire team at all. Keep in mind that this is the finals and that 12 keys are on the line here. I think it's 20 and 8 is the differential there. Virgin doing everything they can, though, right now. They're just setting up wards, making sure they have enough vision to take this fight. However, what is the biggest item on their team? It's drums. Whereas there's a mech, there's a Mask of Madness, there's an Orchid on the Nature's Prophet, Jeebus. This is a terrifying push, and I, once again, don't think that Virgin could afford to defend this. They could try to pull the aggro, which is gonna slow them down, buy them a little bit of time. But Count Jigglesworth getting stunned. He's gonna be forced to tether on out of there. Top tower is gonna go down. That will be every single tier 2 tower that Virgin have. They're all gonna drop.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And then what? What's the next move for TCH? I'd say push the base. They don't necessarily have to, though. The longer this game goes, the more it's gonna benefit them. But looks like they're not gonna wait around. They want blood. We have a BKB almost up on Sven. We have a Medusa still with that mech available. They have the Familiars, some pretty good tower damage. Now Virgin, they cannot afford to back up anymore. They need to take a fight. They need to find a good time to take a fight, which is going to be difficult. Storm Spirit, I'm sure, has Lifestealer inside of him. He does. But still, only 900 HP. He has to go for, I think, the Lina? That would be the most reasonable hero to kill. It's like actually doable to kill the Lina. Going for anyone else is probably going to result in suicide. Because keep in mind the Visage does have 2 stacks of Gravekeeper's Cloak, which means resistances galore. And the Lina's pretty soft. So that's what I would do if I was Storm Spirit, but then again, I suck at Storm Spirit, so maybe I'm just completely wrong. But either way, this tower is starting to take some chip damage. The Virgin are defending for the moment. But what they have to worry about is the Nature's Prophet ultimate. He's not even on those other lanes, but he's putting pressure to them. And eventually that will be another 2 lanes that Virgin have to deal with. I mean, they're defending decently for now, but they're losing this tower slowly. Bit by bit, they're losing this tower. And Marshall getting silenced in the Sprout. He's going to take a lot of damage for that. Laguna Blade will kill him off with the Orchid. That will be a kill. Nature's Prophet from downtown with that Orchid damage amplification. And plus Laguna Blade, that shit hurts. We have a Dagon going up on Lina even. This top lane is going to be pushed. They have to fight, but they cannot do it right now because they don't have a Storm Spirit ultimatum. Going to try to go for Misha, but there's the ultimate immediately forcing everyone back. He sitting in the macro pyre, but there's the mech to cancel off all of that. Sven already threw his hammer, doesn't have enough mana for another. He's going to pop God's Strength, actually walk on out of there. The Lina is going to drop, and Misha now on the run as well. He's very tanky with that mana shield, but he's completely out of mana now. Ultimatum right on his tail, but he doesn't have enough to actually continue to chase. Marcel's going to revive and zip in. Going to secure the kill onto the Sven. Going to burn the Aegis. Can they finish him for a second time? There's the Ice Path. They have a pull as well. They should be able to take down one. 18k getting focused by the Familiars on the top side. One popping everything he has in a desperate attempt to try to get on out of there. And it looks like the Storm Spirit will not let that happen. Another ball of lightning will give him another kill. Misha now on the run. And more mana is up on Marshall. He will slow down Misha. But Misha, how did you get that much mana? I have no idea. I guess that's the entire bottle that he chugged. 4 kills are going to be claimed by Virgin as they take the best fight thus far in the game. It's going to give them so much gold, so much experience, but wow, Medusa on it with a Blink Dagger? This is some next level shit right now. I'm not sure if my body's prepared for it, but taking a fantastic fight, Virgin, making good on the wall, making good on the macro pyre early on, and making good on the fact that the Storm Spirit died and everything got burned to kill off that Storm Spirit. I guess that kind of makes sense. Not really, but it worked out, and that's all that matters. They're going to hold their top lane. Definitely get a little bit of confidence from that, but do you want to know how much that helped them? It helped them this much. EXP is looking pretty good. I mean, it's Christmas all up in the EXP per minute graph, but the gold per minute is, yeah, it's definitely, yeah, it's not looking good for the Virgin side. And their mech is almost up. They just need to get, like, huge value out of their AoE, like hit 5 people with Infest, 5 people with Macro Pyre, Dual Breath, all that good stuff. If that doesn't happen, then the mech and tankiness of the enemy team is just going to steamroll them. Especially since Sven, after clearing this camp, will have a BKB. There is nothing on the Virgin side that goes through BKB. So Sven will just have an absolute field day. BKB Mask of Madness, classic Sven build. Classic because it works so damn well. All lanes getting pressured back by the Radiant team, and Misha just sitting up on the high ground, playing Medusa in definitely an odd way, playing her as more of just a utility hero with the Stone Gaze. I'm saying her because for one, it's Medusa and she's a girl, and Misha, which is a girl and something else. I guess it's a bear in Warcraft, right? But I'm sure it's it may or may not be a girl playing it, but I don't really care because I can't change now. It's too late. It's too late to upgrade now. We're going in. So I'm just gonna keep calling Medusa a her. Top lane though, pressure continues. Let's see if Virgin can mount a similar defense. It's gonna be difficult though. There's a Dagon on the Lina, zapping people all day, every day. And Nature's Prophet has 1900 gold in the bank as well. A freaking Vanguard up on the Visage. This guy is deceptively tanky. He only has 2 points in the Gravekeeper's Cloak, which means that he isn't as tanky as he could be, which is terrifying if you're on the Dire side. Of course, they don't know about that. I don't think they know about that. But they see that this Visage is tanky as hell. He's only level 8, and they'll struggle to kill him. But here we go. Tower defense, take 2. Dual Breath gonna fly through. Spirits are out. But the Familiars, they do a lot of damage to towers. And the Nature's Prophet ultimate, bringing everyone down by quite a bit. More chip damage on the tower. Misha using the 600 range of the Medusa to her advantage. Poking it down. Tower can be denied, but more treants. And the tower does go down to the Visage. I don't think they can wait anymore, really. They have to go soon. Dual Breath's going to fly through. There's Misha going to blink in for the ultimate Stone Gaze. The wall gets dropped, but no one's actually moving through it. TCH going to get 2 in the Storm Hammer. Going to go to town with everything. Dagon going to secure 1 kill. And now Ultimatum. He's going to try to kill Tabo. It's not going to happen. TCH with a double kill. And that's 4 down for the Virgin side. Looks like the other defense was simply a miracle, because now they're going to lose this top lane. The Wisp can do nothing but watch as his base gets completely thrashed. And TCH, he's pissed. Oh god, Count Jigglesworth. No, 1, 2, 3. That was not as much damage as I thought, because God's Strength wore off as soon as he made contact. But top lane Raxes have been claimed. Now mid lane is next to fall. It looks like, guys, that the winner of the Balt Cup is going to be Team Chibi USA. with a weird-ass Medusa build. I don't know. I just play the game. I don't make the game. I just play it and commentate it sometimes. But it looks like that's going to be it. They have one final defense. Ball lightning in for a huge Infest Bomb, but I don't think it's going to matter. Although, 4 in the Macro Pyre with the whole bunch in the Ice Path as well. But Tabo still alive. He's going to drop in the end. Ultimatum going to try to kill off Misha, but the Mana Shield is doing so much work. Plus the teleportation now is going to secure the safety of that hero. And now Lina is the last one alive. She's probably going to die, I think. She should die. She's laughing on her way out. Nope, she's gonna die. Sorry, Lina. It's all over for you. Bink, bink. So the Raxes, one Rax goes down, but in the end, the GG has been called. So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Balt Cup, I think this is the first one, is going to be Team Chibi USA. Everyone give it up for them. Claps and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Apparently there's going to be another in about 2 weeks. I don't know if I will be commentating that, but I guess I might. Thanks you guys for tuning into the stream. Make sure to follow the stream and go to youtube.com/MikeLorisGaming, where I have kind of a Purge-esque channel. It's kind of different from what I'm doing here. Not as many commentaries recently, but yeah, if you enjoyed the content that I've provided to you today, then be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which I will shamelessly type into the chat right now. youtube.com/MikeLorisGaming. Also follow the Twitch stream. Grats. Although it's on a 6-minute delay, but I think everyone knows what's going on. So I think that's going to be it, guys. I'm just going to wait for everything to play out on the stream because I don't know what happens if I cut it off. But that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. And I will see all of you at a later date.